What's good, y'all? Leak here, wishing you a happy 2026. Today I have a performance review for you on a brand new court shoe that I've been playing pickleball in over the last few weeks. It's actually what we call a barefoot or a zero drop shoe, and it's made by a brand that specializes in this type of footwear, the Xero 360 Rally. Real quick, if you were looking for the performance review on a shoe from my last video, the Franklin ACV Pro, that can be found over at weartesters.com. I decided to leave that as a written review, especially since I already made the initial video for it. That just helped me to manage some things throughout the holidays, so I apologize if you were looking for a video on that, but we do have the written performance review over at weartesters.com on that shoe. There will also be a written performance review for the 360 Rally by Xero over at weartesters.com. So once that goes live, I'll make sure to put the link to it in the description box below. So the 360 Rally by Xero sits only 9.5 millimeters high off the ground. That's from the sole to your foot, and that actually goes from heel to toe, zero drop, zero variance. So the ability to feel connected to the court goes without question in this shoe. There is no midsole, so any step-in comfort or cushion that you may be feeling, that's all coming from the sock liner in the shoe, which honestly is probably gonna bottom out on you pretty quickly. So if you think you're feeling something, just beware that that sensation may not last very long. These shoes are all court feel. That's all these shoes are about, and for good reason. I myself am a sucker for a shoe with good cushion. That's a big part of what makes a performance shoe fun to me. But when it comes to the Xero 360 Rally and really all of Xero shoes, I understand the assignment. Fortunately, in pickleball, cushion's not really that big of a deal for me. Neither is impact protection, since I don't really leave my feet. Probably couldn't get very far even if I tried, but you know, that's another story for another day, getting old out there. But court feel is actually better for me on the pickleball court, just because I feel quicker on my feet. There's really no lag from the shoe, so I really appreciate what Xero's done here with this shoe. The 360 Rallies take a bit of an adjustment period to get used to, but fortunately I actually played pickleball in their previous shoe, just the original Xero 360. So this time around, it really wasn't that much of an adjustment period for me, even though there was a little bit. What I recommend to anyone that is interested in this shoe but has never worn a barefoot shoe before is probably to take it out for some light drilling, maybe just some training work, warming up, but bring your normal go-to with you to swap into for the actual games, and just do that a little more and more until you're really completely comfortable with the shoe on court. The changes in materials, specifically the application of those material changes and the overlays, it makes all of the difference in the world as far as containment goes. I think it's a big improvement that was made from the 360 to the 360 Rally. Xero even switched from round laces in the 360 to flat laces in the 360 Rally. For me, that's something, at least in my experience, that goes a long way as well as far as longer lasting lockdown. The flat laces tend to come undone less often than the round laces, so I appreciate that subtle change as well. But back to the overlays, you'll see TPU support wings that go in vertical, wrapping up the foot more in sync with the cabling and lacing system. This is something Xero pulled from their basketball shoe, the Xero X1, and it's more effective than the horizontal orientation of these overlays that you see on the previous 360 model. These thin layers are more protective against wear and tear, and they're also more preventative as far as my foot twisting within the shoe. And it does it all without adding any bulk. I'm satisfied with the outsole durability and performance. It seems somewhere around average durability for pickleball courts, at least for the pace that I play at. I'm not sure if B-roll will capture it well, but the rubber on my pair hasn't made it far past the micro texture that came applied right out of the box, so I think it's doing a pretty good job, at least thus far. For reference, 95% of the time I'm playing doubles pickleball. That's all genders, all skill levels, just in open plays. That's the best way for me to actually put time into these shoes. I would say if you're playing more consistently or consistently at a higher pace, or if you're playing singles pickleball, just expect that they may wear down a little bit quicker than for the average player. Fit is true to size, and it has a wider toe box for toe splay. This is perfect because the shoe's pretty much made to match the foot as best as it can. It's not built on some type of weird last that would, push your foot over and cause bunions. So it's really made to be a minimal extension of your foot. So if you want to talk about the mark of a good shoe being able to wear it and forget that you're wearing it, it really doesn't get much closer than this. Since the shoe sits so low to the ground, there's not really a lot of room for ankle rolls. but Xero takes it a step further to minimize that risk by strengthening up the heel cup and the support that you have back there. This is going to be really good for those that have suffered from previous knee or ankle injuries. I actually have a friend at my local gym that wears nothing but Xero shoes. She has a pair for just about every activity she does in the gym, so she's going to be glad to hear this with the 360 rally. The natural stability from heel to toe is also pretty effective, whether you're running a baselines or you're just shifting laterally, whether you're trying to transition up to the court and dig up some shots, or if you're just shifting laterally to be in position during dink rallies and things of that sort. Overall, I think Xero took a big step in the right direction with the 360 rally. I played in its stock, no insole swaps or anything, while dealing with some plantar problems. And honestly, I never really felt the need to take the shoes off when I was playing in them. Even though I did just to test other shoes, I didn't feel like it was a necessity, like I had to get my feet out of these shoes. I don't feel like I get any more foot fatigue in a 360 rally than I would with any other shoe. So again, like, the impact protection isn't really a big deal for me. I do miss the vegan toe cap of the original 360 just for the looks and feel, but I understand why I was switched to a fused toe cap on the 360 rally just to strengthen up some things. I can feel it above my big toe a little bit, but once I start playing in the shoe, it's really not an issue at all. At $130, pricing is a little high in my opinion for such a minimal shoe, but it's all about the benefits that you get from the shoe being this minimal. So if that's worth it to you, then I would absolutely not steer you away from these whatsoever. I'd actually encourage it. I'm not 100% ready to give up my midsole cushion shoes as my go-tos, but I absolutely do think that I'll be doing a lot of drilling, training, and even some occasional rec play in the 360 rallies. If you are interested in the 360 rally, I will get an affiliate link to you down in the description box as soon as I can get one. It won't be my affiliate link, it'll be Weartesta's affiliate link, but if you support them, you're definitely supporting me, so I would appreciate it if that's the route that you go. And until the next one, I really hope you all take care. Thank you for checking the video out, and I'm out.